Oh, it's so good to be together. I was able to make one of the workshops, but otherwise I was working this weekend. It's just such a beautiful, excuse me, opportunity that we have to be together, and I'm so grateful to Anna, who I just found out created this, was the one who birthed this idea, and of course Anna Maya. So a warm welcome, everyone. My name is Selena Layel. I am a yoga and meditation instructor, a transformational coach, an awakened life teacher, which the program we're going to be engaging in today is through Awakened Life. So you'll hear a little bit more about that. I had the great, great pleasure of taking my month-long yoga teacher training at Anamaya 6 years ago, and just the family of Anamaya. If you've never been, I know I've heard other teachers and instructors saying, "Go, go! You have to go. It's pure heaven in all ways," and it really is. Not just for the beauty of the environment, but the people. The people. I'm still so in love with my Anamaya family all of these years later, and I'm so grateful. So, just feeling that gratitude in my heart. And over the last year, I was back a few times leading retreats, and just so grateful for that. So, what are we doing today? This workshop is called Awaken the Power Within. And again, it is through an organization, but really a community called Awakened Life. And Awakened Life was started maybe 2 or 3 years ago by a group of people who are really aware of how much transformation is happening on the planet right now, how much upheaval many of us are experiencing, and wanting to offer tools to navigate the challenges and the joys of life, this spiritual revolution, evolution, awakening that is happening. And so they have many amazing workshops and courses and events. Of course, right now everything's online, but that is where this course is coming from today. And all of these teachings are inspired by my teacher, Saima. And Saima is truly an embodiment of love, and all of the teachings are this beautiful blend of Eastern wisdom, this ancient wisdom that enriches us so deeply, and also Western sciences, and bringing things together for us to have this really well-rounded, embodied experience of that, who we are, which we are. So before I speak any further, because there's going to be a lot of speaking, why don't we just take a moment to arrive? Let's close the eyes. And just sit comfortably. You don't have to take a perfect meditation position. Just allow your body to be here and feel the weight of your hips sinking down. And begin to consciously deepen the breath. Become aware of this breath nourishing the body. Feel the shoulders relax and the jaw soften. As you breathe in, feel the belly and the chest expand, this opening with the breath. And as you exhale, feel this natural settling happening. The breath in expands the belly, the chest, the spaciousness of the body. And the exhale allows this sense of ease to arrive. Let's take one more full, deep breath in together. Hold it for just a moment if that's comfortable. And then very slowly exhale all of the air out so it's completely exhaled. And then just breathe naturally. Slowly move the fingers and toes, aware of the body. And then open the eyes as you're ready. can you hear me okay? Is the sound okay? A little louder. Okay. I'll bring my mic closer. And you can let me know. Is that any better, Anna? Or is it kind of the same? A little better? I have the gauge turned up all the way, or the volume turned up all the way. So if you ever can't hear me, just like give a little, if anything ever goes out, feel free just to give me a little hand symbol, a little dance move, and I will adjust whatever is needed. Yeah, little hey. Okay. Oh, yes. I'm also a dance instructor and kind of a jack of all trades. So we might move our bodies a little bit at some point since there's a lot of sitting today. Okay, great. So because I haven't had the joy of being with you all yet in this way, if we could just take a moment and I'll just say your name. And if you just want to unmute yourself and maybe just share one thing that inspired you to be here for this session today. And then we'll kind of move on. So my inspiration is to be here with you. And for anyone that I didn't meet at the beginning, my name is Selena. So I'm just going to go on my screen and I'll start with Ana Laura. If you could just unmute yourself, my love, and just share one reason why you chose to be here today for this session.
Hi, everyone. Good morning again. It's nice to see you all. And one reason why I choose to be here today is because of community and community gratitude.
Beautiful. Thank you. Kelsey, you're next on my screen. I'm just going to kind of go around.
Yes, well, I'm really excited to be here because it's the first time you and I have actually gotten a chance to meet and chat and speak, even though it's not in person. And so I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about your workshop. And I've been talking a lot about, as what Ana Laura said, communities. For me, we've done some yoga, retreats, virtual yoga retreats. And I find that just getting to know the group has just been, it's keeping me sane. And I think for today, I also talked about self-care at the very beginning on Friday of this summit, and talking about putting our self-care hat on when we're attending. And so for me specifically today, I think that I really need to focus on that, because we've got the construction going on. My husband and daughter are off adopting a guinea pig. There's lots happening, and I feel like I need just some time to, for me, whenever I can squeeze it in. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mary, you're next in my screen.
Hi, I'm Mary. And I'm here for connections, new connections, and a new sense of well-being.
Beautiful. Thank you. Mirtha, you're next, please.
Hi, I'm Mirtha Perez. I'm in Austin, Texas, and I'm here just to learn and absorb and put anything I learn into practice.
Beautiful. Thank you. Mirtha, right? With that Mirtha. Okay, got it. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you. Joan, you're next. There you go.
I already checked out once. I have the backup iPad on now because the computer checked out in the middle of the first meditation. It tends to do that to me. Yes, my name is Joan, and I'm here to reconnect with my Anamaya family, who I love dearly and always miss, but always gain so much. I've done some of the other retreats as well, gain so much just by being in the presence of these types of events where there's so much positivity, there's so much learning and opportunity. And so I'm just here to absorb it all and share anything that I possibly could with anybody else. It's not all about me.
Lovely. Thank you. Michelle?
Yes, I'm here for community and connection, and today I am here to receive. So I thank you for this presentation, and I look forward to it.
Thank you. Beautiful. Tiffany?
Good morning.
Morning.
So I'm here based out of Los Angeles, and I chose to join this retreat / adventure in part because I think being in my home space, this is the longest I've been home. I travel a lot for work, and that gets some of my my sense of wanderlust and adventure. And so I've really been missing that, going out, getting out of my comfort zone, trying something new, being in a different place. And this kind of popped up through through one of your teachers that I've been friends with. And I was just like, you know what? The weekend's free. I have this time, and I'm going to go for it. So I'm, you know, and I feel like today's session, the idea of awakening your power is so relevant. After this, I have to get on a call for work, and I need to have my power voice and my truth voice ready to go. So I'm really excited about this session to just bring that to the front.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Is it Marcia or Marcia? I'm not sure which pronunciation it is.
Marcia. Except
Marcia.
in other
Hi.
countries, and it's Marcia.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
We are here. We're here. We're not entirely present this weekend, and when we are present, it's so appreciated. Yesterday, I got to do the past life regression, and I feel like that was a complete intentional pause that worked, was there. And as we're in and out, I'm just loving what I get to catch on the energy stream, and I know that what's coming is what needs to be here. And this joyful one is enjoying some of it as well. We appreciate you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheryl?
I'm enjoying seeing everyone's kiddos and fur babies as they're talking, so that's just nice to see that. What brings me today is curiosity.
Awesome. Thank you. Robin?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm in Pahrump, Nevada now, and I've actually never been to Anamaya yet, but my good friend Laura Wall and Kim Goyette brought this event to my awareness. So I've made a conscious effort to attend every single session just to get the full effect of it, and in the spirit of self-care.
Beautiful. Thank you. Lonnie? Oh, Lonnie, we're just sharing what inspired you to come to this session today.
My name is Lonnie Holly, and I haven't actually been to Anamaya either, but my friends Scott and Kim Goyette were presenting. They submitted this offering, and I'm always attempting to raise my vibration. And I like to come to gatherings like this for a sense of community.
Yes. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, my friends, wonderful. Thank you for that. It's nice to connect with you a little more since I missed the opening circle especially. So thank you for that. So awaken the power within. Well, first of all, let's just speak about the premise of this idea of the power that we're speaking to. Excuse me. Science has shown us at this point that everything in creation, everything in the cosmos is different vibrations of energy, different frequencies of vibrating energy. We have matter, we have movement, we have things that are solid, things that you can't see but are still moving. All of these different expressions of energy are vibrating at different frequencies. And the highest vibration of this frequency of energy is light. And this light is life force. In yoga and Sanskrit, we refer to it as prana. Can you hear me okay? Okay, great. Prana In traditional Chinese medicine or different practices, we call this qi. In Japan, we call this ki. But it is this life force energy, this highest vibration of life force energy, and is what we are made up of. It is what is living inside of us, this eternal, infinite life force energy. And when we learn to tap into this energy that we are, it's not something outside of us. It's not like an energy that we harness outside and put inside of our body, right? Like a cup of coffee or black tea. We're taking something outside of us to stimulate an experience of energy within, an experience of regeneration or movement within. This is this vibration of who we actually are that is already inside of us. It's not separate from who we are. So when we learn to access this innate power, this life force within us, we tap into an infinite source of vitality, of joy, of aliveness, of a sense of power within our own being, rather than kind of that exhausted, tired, maybe collapsed in experience that we have. And there's nothing wrong with those moments. Let's just make it very clear here. There's absolutely, in my opinion, nothing wrong or bad about any emotion or frequency that is not the highest. It's just different. It's like a spectrum of experience. The highest vibration gives us a certain experience, as so many of us are wanting that highest vibration. But there's no need to judge those vibrations that are different, right? So when we tap into this vibration, this life force energy, so much becomes available to us. And again, because everything is vibration, this physical body is vibration, the emotions we experience are vibration, the thoughts can even be measured as vibration. Excuse me, I'm just going to move this and it might make some sound. So because everything is vibrating, well, let's just back up for just a moment here, because I'd like to just speak very briefly about the vibration of emotions. Again, no right or wrong here, no judgment. As human beings, we get to have the full experience of everything. I had a moment the other day where I was feeling really, just all this emotion was coming up. I was feeling kind of anxious and kind of sad and kind of off. And the old pattern is to resist those kinds of feelings. Oh, I don't want to feel this way. But I started to have this awareness, and I had an outside reminder also, just to enjoy it. It's just a passing experience. The resistance to that emotion is what causes so much of that experience of suffering, if not all of it. So understanding that even emotions have vibration means that we can start to understand when we say low vibration, and we think of emotions that we often try to resist, anger, resentment, grief, dread, fear, these are all lower emotions. And not because they're bad, but because they literally vibrate at a slower frequency. They're more dense than higher vibration emotions. So if lower vibration emotions cause us to feel more heavy, more dense, more slow, what kinds of emotions might make us feel more vital or more enlivened? Feel free to just unmute yourself and shout something out. What emotional states would we say are part of this higher vibration? Happy. Yes, happy or joy. Exactly. This is a higher vibration. And again, it's not better than, it's just a faster, higher vibration, closer to this light vibration that is the highest and who we truly are. Wonder. Oh, I love that. Wonder makes me think of expansiveness. Let's see, what else do we have coming through the chat here? That's probably easiest, right? Yes, wonder, love. Yes, love. And again, it is that expansion, that high vibration of love. So, and gratitude, joy, these are all higher vibrations. So the reason I'm speaking to this is because as we learn to activate these higher vibrations within us, this higher vibration of light that is our life force energy, we naturally have access to these higher vibrational emotional experiences as well. And have you ever noticed that when you feel more uplifted emotionally, when you're in those higher vibration emotions, joy, passion, aliveness, vitality, that your body usually feels better also? That some of that exhaustion that happens can dissipate. Even chronic pains in the body sometimes can be alleviated just because of that upliftment emotionally. And we could speak a lot on emotions being the basis of our physical well-being, but that's not what today's workshop is about. So yes, just this awareness that we are uplifted, even physically, as we tap into this infinite source of power within us. So, to activate this light, this infinite energy that we are today, we're going to use 3 different practices that when combined, we call it the pillar of light meditation, because we are this light. And the more that we activate it, we become this pillar. It's like we're anchored in the center of our own being, that groundedness, that confidence, that aliveness. All of this is more enlivened within us when we anchor this energy that we are. If I'm ever speaking too quickly, feel free to give me a hand. I get passionate sometimes. So the first practice we're going to use, everyone is likely familiar with it, maybe not, chanting of Om. After we chant Om, we're going to move into visualizing light. And our third practice today to really amplify these other practices is using the breath. And I'll explain a little bit more of each as we move into them. And just to speak on this briefly, we all have different experiences of the way that our brains work. There are many similarities through our physiology and through our anatomy, but we all learn differently. We have different perceptions. So for some of you, you may hear visualize light, and it could be a turn off, it could be a turn on, but some people, for some of us, it is not the easiest to visualize things. We feel things more in our body, or we have a sense of things, or maybe our mind is just very active. We have strong thoughts. So know that if you feel like you're not very good, this is what the mind usually does, I'm not good at something. If visualizing doesn't come easily for you, no problem. You can use whatever access, whatever resources you have within you to activate this light through that practice. So let's just move a little bit. You guys have probably been doing a lot of sitting and lying down through this course. So just kind of give your body a little shake. If you want to just stand up and down, maybe just move your hips around, get your breath going a little bit. Let's get those arms going. And then we'll come back to our seat. All right. When we do this at Anamaya, we have the chance to really stand up and move around. So try to bring that in today. So first of all, I imagine, especially with this being the last day of our summit, that everyone is somewhat, if not very, very familiar with meditation at this point. And I'd just like to speak very briefly on the benefits of meditation. Meditation has many physical benefits, lowering blood pressure, bringing more oxygen to the blood, to the brain, greater focus, greater clarity, greater awareness and connection to our intuition, that inner wisdom that we have available. It allows the brain to function more properly. More properly, is that how I'd like to say it? More optimally, which allows everything in the body to function more optimally. And I would say that the most beautiful aspect of meditation for me is that the meditation state is the unveiling of our true nature. When we are truly able to move into a meditative state, we experience the truth of who we are beyond the passing thoughts and the changing emotions and any identity that we might have with the body. So there are many, many, many benefits that we could speak on for a long time of meditation. So I invite you to maybe take whatever you know, however you know meditation to be a benefit, maybe just in your mind or through your own experience. Let's bring that into this practice today as we open ourselves to all of these benefits and possibilities. So Om, this is our first part of our meditation today. And just to clarify, our workshop today is going to go for approximately 90 minutes. I think that will be 3:30 Eastern time. We may go a smidge over, but I'll do my very best to keep this right on time. And of course, if you do need to leave right on time and we're kind of edging over, I honor your time and I'm grateful for your presence, and please take care of yourself in whatever way you need. Om. Many of us have chanted Om in yoga classes, or maybe in our meditation practice, or maybe you've heard someone chanting Om someplace else. Om is often thought of as being connected to religion. We think of Om as kind of belonging to Hinduism or Buddhism, but really Om belongs to no religion. A moment ago, we were speaking about how everything in creation, everything in the cosmos, I mean, think about that. How incredible is it that everything in creation is vibrating, and that vibration can be measured and is within us, in our physical body, in our particles, in our DNA. Om does not belong to a religion. Om is the vibration of the foundation of everything in creation. Meaning it is the vibrational pulse of life that is found within everything. It is this vibration. It's kind of like, I can't even think of a good analogy right now. I was trying to think of something where, for example, what can I think of here? Just like think about something where you might not see what something is made up of, but it's actually the foundation of it. And we could go into many analogies. My brain just kind of clicked off there. But this is Om. Om is not religious. Om is literally our vibrational pulse. It is considered the primordial sound of all of creation. And when we chant Om, we are activating that vibration within our own being, which naturally brings us more into alignment. Because if something is the foundation of who we are and we connect to it, doesn't that ground us and that center of who we are, or bring us back into an experience of centeredness or balance within our own being? So that is how we're going to use Om today. And I invite you to try this on if you're open to it. When we chant Om today, I'm going to invite you to open your mouth wide. And we're going to chant very loudly. Some of us, we practice Om very quietly, and maybe you've never chanted Om and this is all very new. However it is, I invite you to chant with your mouth open and imagine that as you're loudly chanting, you're like a tuning fork. You've probably seen a tuning fork before where you ding the fork and you hear this hum of resonance, right? When we chant Om, our body is like that tuning fork, and we are tuning to that vibration of Om during the chanting. So you ready to have an experience and not listen to me talk for the next 10 hours? Oh yes, thank you, my love. Yes, so you can see Ana Laura is holding up this tuning fork, and as you ding, as she makes contact with the surface, there's this vibration between the two ends that causes this harmony. And that is what we're creating within our own being while we chant. So let's sit comfortably. And for this practice, I will invite you to sit up tall. So there's this length and this opening through the spine. We have all of these energetic centers through the body, along the spine, this central channel through the body. So we sit tall to open to this light that we are and this energy, this source that we are. We're also going to take Chin Mudra with our hands. We're going to gently cover the index fingernail with the thumb. And without going into this too deeply, this is bringing everything together in our being. The index finger is considered egoic consciousness, that identification with the small self. And the thumb is this divine consciousness, that infinite nature that we are. So as we gently cover the index finger, it is as if we are covering the ego identity with this divine and bringing them together in this oneness that we are. From here, you can place your hands with the palms facing upward down on the thighs as it feels comfortable. And we're going to chant Om 6 times. So we're going to take a deep breath in, and then again, I'm going to invite you to open your mouth wide and chant fully, chant loudly. And this is a great place to just go for it fully with your voice, okay? So we're sitting tall. Let's roll the shoulders up and back a couple of times, open that space across the heart, the chest. Let's start by just taking a deep breath in together. And then just exhale. And then we'll begin, and I'll let you know when we're complete. Inhale. If you feel comfortable, close the eyes. One more. And then be very still. The breath is natural. In this stillness, feel this vibration of light within you. This vibration of life force tingling, pulsating within you. Relax the body. And then slowly begin to move the fingers, the toes. open the eyes. So could anyone feel any kind of a minor shift or awareness from just chanting 6 times? Does anyone feel like sharing briefly what your experience was? If so, you can just feel free to unmute yourself. Sometimes we become very quiet with these practices, so if that's where you are, that's okay too. Okay, good. We're just going to keep going deeper now. Can everyone still hear me okay? Okay, great. So the next part of our practice is activating this light consciously through visualization. For some of us, this idea of light, even though science has proven that everything is vibration and that light is this highest frequency of vibration, there's still some resistance to this idea of everything being energy, or maybe some of this skeptical nature, which is perfectly okay. It's good to educate ourselves and be curious about life, yes? One beautiful way, though, to reference this light all throughout history is through art. Think about the picture of the Virgin Mary or the Lady of Guadalupe and this beautiful halo of light that is always painted around them. Think about so many different traditions, the Buddha, so many traditions all around the world. When we see the art that is shared of these beings, these enlightened people, these people who have come with an experience of mastery to share their consciousness and light with us, we see them depicted with this beautiful light around their head or even around their entire body. And this is the light of who we are. And for anyone who's familiar with an infrared sauna, we had one of those at Anamaya. I think it's coming back soon, if not already. Infrared sauna is very powerful and great for the body. But what we're speaking about now is that we know that infrared saunas have many benefits for the physical body, but you can't actually see the infrared light. It is the same with this inner light. Sometimes we can see it. Sometimes you look at someone and they look brighter. I've had the experience of watching my teacher offer a discourse, and literally, like I've studied with my teacher for 20 years now, so I've had this experience a handful of times, but I'll start blinking my eyes because her physical body literally begins to disappear in light. And I'm trying to like look for it, but there's so much light. And it's not because she is better than anyone. It's because she has activated that light that we all are. This is who we are, each and every one of us, without exception. So this light, whether you see light and see auras and see energy, or you think it's all a bunch of hogwash, this light is who we are. It is this infinite nature of our being. And again, we can access this light just by thinking of it. Yes, all of these physical practices, yoga, dancing, certain types of exercise, the breath work, meditation, all of these practices help to enliven this light within us. But even just thinking of this light and imagining it. I heard on one of the workshops the other day, she was speaking to the light in the cells, the light in the DNA. This is part of my daily practice. I envision this light in every cell, every particle of my body. And I go in the mirror afterwards and I promise you, I look lighter. So even just thinking of this light can help to activate it. And I lead many meditation and mindfulness classes and practices online. And I speak of this quite often, but I'm really fascinated with neuroscience. I love bringing the tangible in with the profound ancient wisdom and esoteric knowledge, which a lot of that is actually rooted in science also. But I love bringing it all together. And there's even a part of the brain, which I won't go into deeply here, called the reticular activating system. And this part of the brain functions as a filter so that when I think of something, it filters out the beliefs that I deem to be important, and it makes them more real. This part of the brain will literally seek out the things in me and outside of me to bring this belief to life, to light. So if we visualize this light, not only are we actually activating the light in the body, and science has actually proven, it's fascinating. There is light, my friends. This is so beautiful. You can see pictures of it. Our DNA emits light. Our DNA literally emits light that can be captured through photography. It's incredible. So this part of the brain, if I visualize something, it will start to seek that out to be true. So this part of the brain, if I'm envisioning my limbic system and my brain or my cells being activated with light, not only do I feel that energy, but I'm literally also retraining my brain to know myself in this way. Fascinating. So let's have an experience of this light. Ah, yes. Michelle said, you just got lighter on my screen. It's amazing. Have you ever, for anyone, maybe some of you have never experienced yoga and meditation before this weekend. I know we all come from different backgrounds, but some of you might relate to the experience of meditating or maybe doing yoga. Maybe you're in Shavasana at the end of your practice, and all of a sudden you think that someone turned a light on, or you think that the sun got really bright all of a sudden, but then you open your eyes and you think, wow, it's not really any different. It is that inner light that we are experiencing in those moments. Our own light, expanded and enlivened. So let's practice activating this light of who we are. Again, I invite you to sit comfortably, but also sit alert. And again, we have this pathway of light that moves through our physical body and even above our physical body. We won't get into that today, but we have this channel of light. So as we sit tall, we are allowing that space to move and be open. Let's see, I'm just going to read a couple of chats that have come in because I love our ability to be together in community. Oh, beautiful. Anna shared, I had that experience in a Course of Miracles workshop. Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, my friends. And if anyone's ever wanting to ask a question or you're wanting to share something with the group, I'm not keeping my eye completely on the chat. So feel free to raise your hand and I'm happy to hear whatever it is you're wishing to contribute or ask. Okay, so sitting tall with this alertness and also this sense of ease in the body, the shoulders and the belly soften. Allow there to be a space between the teeth and the lips so that jaw can relax. Bring your awareness to the heart center, this space in the center of the chest. And begin to breathe into the heart. As you breathe into the heart, feel the pulsation, the vibration of this sacred heart of yours. And begin to feel this space of the heart expand. And imagine in the center of your exquisite heart, there's this golden light beginning to pulsate, sparkle, expand all through the chest, this beautiful golden light, still completely anchored in your heart, begins to move up through your throat and your head. This beautiful light moving like a pillar of light above you, into the clouds, and all the way into the cosmos. This beautiful light anchored in your physical heart, reaching up into the stars. And again, if visualizing doesn't come easily, it's okay. You can use the power of your mind or your sense of feeling to be in this experience. Imagine that as this light from your heart has moved all the way into the cosmos, that it connects with this brilliant, exquisite light, as bright as 10,000 suns pulsating in space. This golden liquid light of your presence, of your true nature. And start to remember from some place deep within that this light is the embodiment of every quality you long to experience. Everything that you long for is embodied in this light. All of the joy, the freedom, passion, aliveness, peace, confidence, all of these high vibrational qualities live in this light of who you are. You are not separate from these experiences. And now with your breath, begin to breathe this light, this brilliant light, back down this pillar of light. See this cascade of liquid golden light of yourself pouring down through the clouds, into your crown, filling your entire body with this light, this energy, this vitality. Breathe deeply and feel this light that you are expanding within the physical body, all around you even. Even when it's difficult to remember, this light is still who we are. This light that is always with us, as us, ready to serve us, to enjoy this life. Let's take one more deep breath. Imagine that this light is anchored within you and also expanding. And then mindfully open the eyes and see through these eyes. See this state of your being. See through the eyes of this light. And just notice, do things seem any brighter? Are you aware of the mind anymore. So this is something for us to consider. This idea that we are light and that we can activate this light. And know that if this experience so far feels awkward or new or different, it's okay. It's okay. Again, even science has proven that this high vibration of energy, which is light, is what we're made up of. So the more that we practice becoming aware of it, the more we experience it. And we all experience things differently. Some of us have profound visions during meditation. Some of us see black, empty space. You know, there's no right way to have an experience. It's different for each of us. So would anyone like to share how that was for you before we continue? And again, if it felt challenging, that's okay too. That's okay. I think someone unmuted.
I'll share. Yeah, I thought that was interesting when you said, imagine the clouds pouring down. I had this this image of just a pool of stream coming down through my left eye and down like into my heart. It was really beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful. I love that. That's the beauty of it too. We all have different ways that we create this. I love hearing that. Beautiful.
And you know, I said that I was here to receive, and I know our receiving side is our left side. So I thought that was interesting that it came in through my left side. I mean, you know, of course it's my mind doing things, but you know, it was fun. Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. That's what the mind loves to do. The mind loves to do things. One of my teachers once said, human beings are meaning-making machines. You know, we find so much joy and all the other emotions inside of the meanings that we place on things in life. So may we choose meanings that are creating the experiences that we want. That's beautiful. Wonderful. Anyone else before we continue on? Yes.
For me, I saw like a volcano, like from a volcano, like yellow, it was all coming down that way. And then once I started seeing like the light, it was like white and black. So like I would see the light kind of going, like when I closed my eyes, it was like black, but then I would see white spots everywhere. But that was my experience.
Beautiful. Thank you. Wonderful.
For me, it was really funny because I was trying to imagine that golden light that you said, but I was not able to see gold. I was only able to see green. Okay, well, that's okay. That's what it is right now. So I'm just going to stick with the green light.
Yeah, perfect.
Maybe because I'm surrounded with all the green around here, right? So I was only able to see the green.
Yeah, or maybe your inner wisdom is wanting to connect more to those heart energies and, you know, that green of the heart chakra. Maybe you were just calling in that compassion and that sweetness of the heart.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Great. Well, we're going to do it again. So just so we have an awareness of how we're going to move forward for the rest of our time, we're going to move to this final practice, and then we'll take a quick restroom break for anyone who needs to just pause for a moment. And then we're going to come back and we're going to put all three of them together into the longer meditation so we can experience what that's like. So before we take our brief break, we'll move into the final practice, which is breath. So this is where I'm going to move. You'll see my mic now. I'm going to move you away. Don't go. Don't leave me. So you can see my abdomen here as much as you can with this big shirt on. So the breath has been used for centuries, millennia even, as such a powerful tool to activate energy within us, to move things. And one of the most powerful breath practices is Kapalabhati. We often hear this in yoga known as the breath of fire. It's a breath where we focus on a forceful exhalation. And it's so powerful, something that I find most fantastic about the breath. And what I actually learned recently is one of the purposes of yoga, asana, the physical practice of yoga, which I had never known, and I was delighted to hear. When we breathe deeply, we activate the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve runs from all the way from here, all the way down into the belly. And the vagus nerve, when it's activated, it turns on the parasympathetic nervous system, which is this part of us, this aspect of the nervous system called rest and digest, because it's that part of us that turns on the healing naturally. It knows how to restore on its own. When we practice yoga nidra, this part of the nervous system turns on. So when we breathe deeply, you don't even have to go through your whole yoga practice or whole meditation practice. You can actually just breathe deeply, activate that vagus nerve, which will activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So when we breathe in this way, we're activating the parasympathetic nervous system. We are drawing in all of this fresh oxygen that's nourishing the blood, nourishing the brain. And the more we're bringing this oxygen into the body, it's also helping to expel toxins. So there are many benefits physically from this kind of breathing. On an energetic level, when we breathe in this way, it also helps to move emotional blockages. So those places where we just feel kind of some stuck emotion, maybe you just have these tears in there that you can't cry, or you just have been feeling really agitated, or maybe you're really angry, but you just can't even let yourself feel it. It's just kind of numbed out. This is a great practice to help to bring all of this up. And sometimes the experience is, oh, whoa, now I'm really aware of all of this grief, or I'm really aware of all of this anger, or I'm really aware of all of this fear. Sometimes we notice these emotions and feel them as they're moving out, and that's okay. Sometimes it's like a fire, it just burns right through it. So we can experience it differently, but this breath is so powerful to help to cleanse us. And again, when we breathe in this way, it is if the light in every cell is just going, it's getting activated, it's vibrating even more in this frequency of the light that we are when we breathe in this way. So that's why we're going to use this breath, because we've chanted Om to come into alignment. We've visualized this light that we are to become more aware of it. And then we breathe to energize it, to bring it into that fullness of who we are. So for this breath technique, I invite you to have a tissue. So we're going to breathe through the nose. No joke, you want a tissue. Take a moment if you don't have one nearby. I mean, you don't have to have one. You can just fling things from your nose all over your pants. Your choice. There's also a version of this where you breathe through the teeth like this. And you know inevitably what's going to happen when you breathe for 1 to 5 minutes through your teeth like that. So may as well avert the flyers before it happens. You love how eloquent I can be inside of these teachings. I try to bring the corniness and the depth at the same time. Unintentionally, it's my nature. I got it from my father. So my friends, moving on though. This breath technique, I invite you to sit forward on your chair for it so that your back is free from any support. And actually, I'm going to just take this off. I'm wearing a tank top just so you can really see what's happening through the belly here. So you're going to place one hand on your belly. And again, the emphasis is on the exhalation. This is a practice where sometimes people practice it for years before it becomes comfortable. So know that if today it just feels really strange and awkward, it's totally okay. It can take time for this to become more second nature. But of course, like anything, if you practice it, it becomes much easier. So the hand is on the lower abdomen. I'm going to take a breath in. You see things expand. And then as I exhale, the belly is going to draw in. And I'm going to forcefully exhale through my nose. So I inhale. see what's happening in my belly. I inhale. So you can see the movement of my hand here. I'll turn to the side just so you can really see again. I inhale. And the inhalation is going to happen naturally. So the more that you just focus on that exhalation through the nose, your body will naturally catch on and go, oh, this is where I breathe in. You don't need to focus on that. If you find that your body looks like this while you're breathing, that's an invitation to settle and relax here and bring your focus back here. And you might say, oh, I would never do that, but then you'll try to breathe and your whole body gets really involved. But the idea is that this can be relaxed while this is doing the work. So let's all just try a couple of rounds together. So we'll begin with the hand on the belly so we can feel this contraction as we exhale. So the belly comes in as I exhale and it naturally expands out as I inhale. To begin, let's just take one full breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale through the nose. And then we're just going to take a half breath in. So not that full breath, but just half. So inhale halfway and exhale forcefully. Inhale. The jaw's relaxed. Allow there to be a space between the teeth and the lips, so this is soft. So a half breath in approximately, and then a forceful exhalation out. Great, just relax the breath, relax the body, relax the jaw especially. If you'd like, if you're familiar with this breath practice and you've done it before, you may wish to bring the tongue to the roof of the mouth where the soft palate and the hard palate meet. Otherwise, you can just focus on the jaw being relaxed and the breath. So we're going to move into this one more time. Again, we can take Chin Mudra if you wish. So the thumb is covering the index finger. The hand is on the thigh. And you can keep one hand on the belly, or if you really feel comfortable and you know your belly is doing what it's supposed to be, you can take both hands in Chin Mudra, your choice. Sit with the spine tall. Just relax the face and the jaw. Close the eyes. And then take a full breath in and out. Let's breathe in halfway, only half capacity, and exhale strongly. Eyes are closed. And if you wish, maybe the gaze is rolled up with the eyes closed. The gaze is rolled up, looking at that first eye between the brows. A little faster. The inhalation happens naturally. Jaw and shoulders are relaxed. Go a little faster. And then give it all you've got. Go as fast as you can, full power. Really focus on that full exhalation. You're expelling that air out and drawing that fresh oxygen and that life force, that light, activating that as you breathe in. Ten more seconds, give it all you've got. And then relax the breath, be very still. Don't move a muscle. feel this vibration within every cell of the body. Feel yourself expanding. This light expanding. Allow yourself to soften, the body to relax. And then again, very slowly open the eyes and see through this state inside. See through the eyes of this light that you are. Beautiful. Thank you. Would anyone like to share how your experience was? Feel free to unmute yourself.
I'd like to share. I have done that breath in numerous yoga classes and have always been confused. And I knew it was focused on the exhale, but I really didn't know how to do it. This is the first time I've had an explanation, and it totally made sense. And I felt like, oh, I can do this. And a big part of it was not having to breathe in a full breath.
Yes.
So it was super helpful getting explicit directions.
Excellent.
It was really different experience than previous times. So thank you.
My great pleasure. It's amazing when we get to have that clicking of something that you've done before in other places, and it just you haven't fully felt like you could just slip into it. It's such a good feeling when you feel that. So beautiful. Thanks for sharing. Would anyone else like to share how that practice was for you? Okay. Great. Thank you. Okay, my friends, so we're going to take just a really brief break here because I think we're already going to go over a few minutes, just a few. So for anyone who needs to use the restroom, get some water, and just move your body a little bit, even if you're not needing the restroom or to get up to get something, I invite you to stand up and just move your body a little. You can just shake it out, lift your legs, move your head, move your arms, and just allow that movement through the body. And we'll get back together in just a couple of minutes. Be right back. I could almost have a sense like we're on the Anamaya lower deck together.
Oh, yeah. Tell me something. Can you hear this? Can you hear this?
We can hear the ding very loudly, but the vibration is a little, it's very faint. Can't really, it would probably, yeah, it just kind of sounds like a little whine from my end. I wonder, but I can feel the energy. Actually, I just noticed the shift through here. I was like, oh, but I can feel it. Oh, they're so nice.
I was just curious about that. Can somebody like through this feel the frequencies of the tuning forks?
Yeah, I could definitely feel it. Wow. Yeah, it was beautiful. It went all the way. It's like Michelle had that experience. I felt it go down all the way through the left side. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do long distance sessions even though people can't necessarily hear it.
That's what I was wondering. But if you can really feel the sounds and the frequency, it's hard.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
but
never
like
felt it, but I'm pretty sensitive.
You're super sensitive,
I
exactly.
know. I know.
You're super sensitive,
Too
right?
sensitive sometimes.
I like that about you. I love that. Yeah, that's
Thanks, my
really
love.
beautiful.
All right, my loves, we're going to get started again. So just a quick review, and then we'll move into an experience together. So again, the beautiful thing about all the practices we're learning today is that you can use them individually. You can just chant Om, you can just visualize light, you can just use that breathing practice, and you can add those to any other practices that you already have. So they can be used on their own, and we can combine them to have this supercharged experience. And I think forgive me, it might have been Cheryl that was sharing about this meeting where you feel like you need to be in your power when you're going to go into it after this session. And this kind of a practice, it kind of like it builds us up, it enlivens us, it makes us grow bigger in a sense when we activate this light that we are, and also when we just connect to the space of center within our own being. Oh, I wish we had like days to do this together. This is like the juice of life for me, to use all these practices that just awaken that power of who we are. And there's so many topics we could do this through. So I'm so grateful we're here, really, genuinely. Okay, so are you ready to combine them all? How's our sound? Is my mic still on? Good? Okay, great. Okay, so let's sit comfortably. And if you wish, sit in a way that's best for your body. Of course, we all have different needs, but if it's okay for you, I invite you to sit forward on your chair a little bit so that you're not leaning back. This is one of the purposes, not the only purposes, but one of the purposes that we see this kind of classic meditation posture is because it can allow this sense of alertness as well as this movement of energy through our chakras. So let's close the eyes. And just feel your body, feel your breath. And just know that whatever is present for you in this moment is okay. Whether you're feeling this light and this power within you, or you're feeling some other experience, contraction, fear, anxiousness, sadness, whatever is present for you is okay. Emotion is natural. It's part of our human experience. And when we welcome this light that we are, the more often we welcome this light that we are, the more we start to become aware of our true nature. And these temporary experiences of emotion and thought, they have less weight in our reality when we remember who we are. So let's begin our practice with chanting Om 6 times. And again, for this practice, I invite you, if you choose, to open your mouth wide and chant fully, as if you were trying to chant so that someone on the other side of the neighborhood could hear you. Allow this sound vibration within you to be like this tuning fork, creating this harmonization with all of creation. If you wish, you can take Chin Mudra with the hands. Index fingernail is covered with the thumb. Let's sit tall, the chin is slightly tucked. And we'll begin with a deep breath in. Oh. One more. Be still as you breathe naturally. Feel this vibration of Om moving through your whole being. And gently move the awareness to the heart center. And feel this tenderness, this beauty of the heart. This power of love that is the heart. As you breathe, feel this warmth, this light from the heart. Begin to move up through the throat and the head, up into the clouds, this beautiful pillar of golden light, still connected to your heart, moving all the way up into the cosmos. Where this light from your human heart connects with this brilliant sun of light that is your true divine presence, your true nature. See this exquisite light, brighter than the sun, fuller than life itself, that you are. Be so grateful to this light that you are. This light that is here to serve you, that is ready to give you everything as you ask. This light that is always here for you, always loving, always serving you. And now with the breath, welcome this light of your presence. Welcome all of these high vibrational qualities of love and joy and compassion as you breathe this liquid golden light back down through the clouds, pouring into your head and illuminating your entire physical body with this exquisite light of you. Feel this light fill every organ, every muscle, every bone. Pulsating light in the physical body. Every cell down to the DNA pulsating, vibrating with this light of you. trillions and trillions of cells illuminated with this light. And feel this light expand beyond your physical body, illuminating the energetic bodies, the subtle bodies, the etheric body, expanding further out into the emotional body. This light expanding into the mental body, even further into the causal body and the spiritual body. This light in and around you. Be so grateful to this light that you are. Welcome it. Welcome this light from your heart and all of its gifts for your life. And now let us amplify this light even more. Let us charge this light even more with the breath. We'll move into our Kapalabhati breathing, where we have this forceful exhalation, where every breath in is inviting this light to vibrate even more, even brighter in every fiber of our being, in and around us. If you wish, place one hand on the lower abdomen to feel that contraction of the belly. Sit tall. Allow there to be a space between the teeth and the lips so the jaw is soft. And maybe roll the gaze up with eyes closed between the eyebrows to the first eye, the Ajna chakra. We'll begin by taking a half breath in and then forcefully exhaling through the nose. Forceful exhalation through the nose. The abdomen draws in as you breathe out. A little faster. Forceful exhalation. The chest and shoulders are relaxed. A little faster now. More energy, more power. Use this breath like it is activating everything you long for in your life, every joy, every passion, every quality you long to experience. Let this breath welcome it now. And then go for it. Give it all you have for the next 30 seconds. Breathe in. And remember, the exhalation is the emphasis. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Go for it. Just 10 more seconds. Give it all you have. All of this energy, all of this light ignited in your entire being. And take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Relax the body. Be still. And then slowly exhale. Be completely still as you breathe normally. And you allow this light that you are to expand. I am light. I am light. I am light. Relax the body. Remember yourself as light. Go beyond the mind. Go beyond the judgments of the mind. Remember who you are. Remember. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. Breathe this light through your whole body as you slowly begin to move the body with this awareness of light, of energy, of life force. And then as you're ready, open the eyes. And again, practice seeing through these eyes of light. This is who you are beyond all of the stories of the mind and the sensations of the body. This light. Beautiful. So to complete, I'll take a moment just in case anyone wishes to share how that experience was for them. And then we'll just have a very, very brief recap. And I'll also share with you a couple of other practical pieces of information. So before we come to our close, would anyone like to share how this practice was for you? And just a reminder, there's no right way to have an experience. If you didn't feel yourself as light or energy, it's okay. It's okay. If you noticed other unpleasant emotions come up rather than feeling totally expanded or peaceful, it's okay. It's okay. So just whatever your experience is okay. And of course, I hope you know that, but I'm just sharing in this format, in this space, that all of you is welcome here. So would anyone like to share anything before we complete? Yes, Cheryl.
I would just like to share that I felt my body vibrating in between the two. My body was, I was trying to hold still, but my body wanted to kind of move.
Yeah. Yes.
It was weird. Yeah. So it was neat. Thank you.
Beautiful. Yes. This is again, sometimes we see images of people. Actually, I meant to share this with you earlier. This is one nice image of how we can see ourselves. I'll try to show you without too much of a glare. I should have gotten some slides for our session today. But you can see that here's the physical body and the chakras, these energetic wheels, the energetic centers. Here is, what we think of as the aura or the subtle bodies. But we often see this depiction of like a pillar of light around someone's whole physical body. And this is who we are. We are that light. It's funny because anyone who believes in spirit or soul or things like this, we usually think about the spirit or the soul or the energy in the body. But I heard this really beautiful reframe once. And it's actually that the physical body is in the light of who we are. Rather than that which we are being inside of the body is held in this huge light that we are, this energy that we are, this soul that we are, however you'd like to think about it. So this pillar of light that we are, as it becomes more active, sometimes the body starts to kind of do this during meditation. You feel this rocking sensation, or maybe you feel this little buzzing or pulsating or tingling. And that is that energy that we are, us becoming more aware of it as it becomes more enlivened. So that's beautiful. Anyone else like to share how this experience was for you? What you're aware of, something that worked for you, something that touched you, or something that felt off? Anything.
This is Marcia.
Hi, Marcia.
Hey. The first light experience that we did, as soon as I got up to the light, somehow my mind took over and I started thinking about some ugly things I saw on Facebook this morning from our city page where I work. And then my mind worked on it. So I worked on sending the light streams down, which was maybe a little bit more willful than I had planned. And then I saw little thin strings and big strings. And then you had us come back down to ourselves. And then I could feel the light radiating. And I had this fun moment of remembering that it's not just the light up there, but we're all the light. So it could come from all sides. So that was a lot of thinking. And the second time, when we started with the ohms, when I was still more aware, I could hear like these crows started chiming in and the dogs were barking in the background. Like all the noises around me amplified, the nature noises. And then I'm skipping some parts because the awareness was in and out. But then when my awareness was back here, I could see like the shimmering, sparkling that kind of was just a sheer, I don't know how to explain it, but it encompassed everything. And then the birds started chirping again. It was like the vibration fit with the sparkle, and it was just really lovely. Thank you.
I love that. Yes, I love hearing we hear these stories sometimes, or maybe you've had an experience like this where something wakes up inside of our consciousness where we feel that light we are more, and all of a sudden it's like the separation between us and everything else becomes a little thinner, that illusion of separation. Many people speak about how when the consciousness becomes awakened, there's no difference between me and the computer. There's no difference between me and the tree, right? And so it's beautiful.
I'd like to share as well something that happened to me similar to Marcia, that she mentioned it. I was like, the second time we do the ohms, everything, all the nature noises here around me were so in tune with my own. It was like they were ohming with me. all the creakers and everything. Is like, it was like, I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. And I loved it. I really love to feel that sync with nature that makes me feel what really I am. You know, I'm part of it. And so it was really amazing. I try to meditate almost every day for at least 11 minutes. But when I do this type of things, I want to do it more. I want to do it more. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Thank you, Selena.
Beautiful, my love. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, this is Lonnie.
Hi, Lonnie.
I felt almost like you taught me how to bathe my soul. How to, because you know how to deal with things on the external, but kind of as I've moved through life and I've wanted to become a different level being, I need this practice. So I'm going to incorporate this as a practice to kind of to do an internal, like higher level bathing. And the second thing that you just kind of taught me overall with the thumb and the index finger is to be mindful, because no one wants to see a naked ego. So I now know how to always keep my ego covered in certain situations. Just be mindful in the moment.
Yeah. Beautiful. That brought tears to my eyes. Thank you for sharing that. That's so beautiful. We really have this exquisite gift of life, and it's so easy to be so in the mind and our patterns and conditioning, and to just experience this very small, very, very, very tunnel vision experience of life. But when you spoke about bathing your soul, I mean, that's the beauty that we get to have here. There's this beautiful teaching that my teacher shared with us for years. And she says, imagine if the person that you loved the most in the entire world always had their back turned to you. And you were just waiting there patiently. You just waited there patiently for that person to finally turn around and look at you. But they never did. And you just waited and you waited and you waited. Imagine how you would feel when that person finally turned toward you. Imagine the elation, the fulfillment, there's the ecstasy, right? That one that you love more than anything finally turns toward you. And that's how our soul feels when we turn our awareness to our soul. That's the fullness of our soul. When we stop focusing on all of these small things that the mind gets caught in, you know, the money and the relationships and this thing and the fighting with that person and all of this stuff that we focus on without focusing on this relationship. Imagine that bliss of the soul when we start to turn towards ourselves. So that's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much. Would anyone else like to share before we come to a close? Okay. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thanks for staying over. This is normally a 2.5-hour workshop, so I really did my best to, bring it down to 90 minutes. If you choose to do this meditation practice, feel free to take your time, take more time in the silence between the practices and be really in that richness. Speaking of which, I will share a link for, Lonnie shared, wow, and today I met my soul. Yeah. It's just exquisite, my friends. It's an up-leveling of life when we start to turn inward. It changes everything. Yeah, just feel that. Just let that happen. Let that happen. That's the grace of you, Lonnie. That's the grace of your own being. And that's what is inside of each of us. And the more that we use these practices, whatever they might be, whatever your practices are, the more we use them, the more we open to the grace of who we are. However you think about it, whether you believe in souls or not, it's our own grace. just waiting to pour into us. I could sit here with you for hours, but I'll close it out now. So I will be sharing a link for this meditation. I'm not the voice on it. It's a couple of our other wonderful teachers through Awakened Life, but it's a guided meditation so that if you need a refresher or you want someone to practice with, you have it. Also, join me. I offer many free things. And I also offer one-on-one coaching if anyone wants to have some one-on-one time and just do deeper work together. But I am on the Insight Timer, which I know some of our other teachers have mentioned. I have many, many recordings, audio recordings that vary in topics, so you can kind of explore everything. And I also work with a really beautiful app, another one called Wellness Coach. And with Wellness Coach, we also have a free trial that I think lasts for 3 months, and then it's a minimal subscription fee. But Wellness Coach, we have live video classes. So you can, and we also have these classes live streamed on Facebook, less and less on Facebook, but get the app and you can join us for live classes. We have everything from meditation and mindfulness to, I mean, fitness classes and financial coaching, whatever. It's just a really wonderful way to be in community and have these practices available to us. And I also have a lot of on-demand pre-recorded content on that app also. So Insight Timer, you can find me, Selena Lael. Wellness Coach, you can find me on there every day. And you can join me for video, live video, and be together in that way. One-on-one coaching. And you can find all of this on my website. I'll just pop it in the chat. It's selenalael.com.
Yes, and remember, Selena will be at Anamaya as well next year.
Yes, yes.
Want to join her? Yeah.
Yes. Join me at Anamaya.
I'm inviting them to join all the teachers.
Yes, yes, yes. I wasn't done yet. Yes, Anamaya happening at the end of February. Come join me in Paradise of Nature and Paradise of the Heart. If you want to talk about just being in an environment that heals the heart, it's Anamaya. So you can join me there for a wonderful week of meditation and yoga nidra and some dance and workshops like this. And I think those were all for the announcements. Just to close on the meditation practice itself, my friends, the more that we repeat something, anything in life, the more those neural pathways in the brain become stronger, those connections in the brain that make our awareness go back to that thought or back to that emotion or back to that experience. So the more that you practice in whatever way you choose, activating this light and this power within you, the more it will become second nature. The more you just start to notice, wow, I am light. The more you start to feel, wow, here's my soul. The more you start to just feel this connection to joy and aliveness for no reason, because you're practicing and it's enlivened in every cell of your body. So practice this meditation, practice activating the light within your own awareness because it's already who you are. Practice breathing to amplify this experience of energy and light that you are. And I can't think of anything else that I wanted to say. Anna, is there anything else from your end or Kelsey before I bring us to a close?
No, I think that was amazing. I unfortunately was a little in and out because of the construction going on in the house, but so beautiful, so powerful. I just wanted to say anyone who's watching the replay who wants to share or has questions for you or wants to reach out to you to do so.
Yes, of course.
People who are watching the replays who can't watch live.
Yes, yes. Great, thank you. Thank you, my friends, so much. I'm going to stay on for just a moment to go through the chat to make sure I didn't miss anything, but thank you for staying over. Thank you for your beautiful presence, your light. Thank you for sharing this experience with me. All my love. Enjoy this life. Enjoy the moments that feel great. Enjoy the moments that don't feel great, because this is it, baby. This is your beautiful light. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All my
Thank
love.
you, Selena. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Enjoy.
Selena, do you want me to give you host status so you can go through the chat?
I can actually see it right now, my love. So I'll just scroll through it quickly to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Thank
And
you.
I was so sad that I was a little in and out of it, so I wasn't completely in the whole time, but I'm going to watch the replay.
Wonderful. It's so nice just to connect with you. I'm so grateful. I've expressed this more to Joseph than anyone, because he's who I've seen the most. But Anamaya is just my heart, and I'm just so grateful.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for what you guys have created, and of course, the physical beauty of it, but the family that you've created there. It's life-changing. So thank you.
The community, the family, Anamaya family is just, it's incredible. Yeah. And I mean, it's going to be 11 years this December.
I know. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I know.
Wonderful. All right, my love. Well, thank you. Enjoy. And I look forward to connecting again soon.
Absolutely. All right. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. You too. Oh, unfortunately, I'm going to miss the closing circle.
That's okay.
But thank you for everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Enjoy. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you. Ciao.